We are back with another episode of fucking the podcasting, and we've got our new hoodies.
Yeah. But, well, we sent away for these. They only cost a couple of £100 each, but for just our comedy heroes.
I'm so intrigued.
As to what happened?
Well, I've come in and asked about the hoodies, and you've basically both looked at me like, we're not fucking doing this until it's monetizable. So.
Here's what happened.
Do you remember at the start of Chris Rock's special Bring the Pain, where it comes up all his biggest influences? So it'd be like Pryor, Woody Allen, Steve Martin, all these people, Red Fox.
Which Mike did on his special. Have you heard? Mike has a wall of like comedians he looks up to on the wall behind him in the special, and he's just got just big picture of Louis C.K. in the background of his special.
What the hell? Is everyone pretending they don't like? He's had 3 specials since he did that. They're all class. What? I thought it was over. People being like,
I thought the first one back was a bit
sincerely.
Ropey. Yeah.
Do you know what? It has still some of the most memorable bits in it, though. Like just these little fucking storytelling details. You know, when his mother's in the back of the van and just a red Gatorade sloshing around. Remember when he comes into the thing, into that little gift shop, and he's like, "You made this instead of killing yourself." I'm telling you, I know what you're saying, but there's some cracking stuff on that.
We can all say that Louis is like a brilliant comedian and stuff.
You don't even like Louis.
That I've never said that. I don't think he's my favorite of all time.
Yeah, but you say...
I don't think he's as good as people like build him up to be.
That's insane.
That's insane!
That's the only criticism of Louis C.K. is that he wanked in front of loads of women.
Yeah.
And it's a big one.
Yeah.
It's a fucking big one.
Yes.
Like, as a comic,
he's really good.
If you take...
Really good.
Because I think maybe Richard Pryor and Billy Connolly, because of how early they did what they did, I think they're in the conversation. I think Patrice O'Neill would have been if he had more than one full special. But if you look at anyone's full body of work, there isn't a single comic who's ever lived who comes close to him.
No. Couldn't agree more. You're an idiot. And I'm so glad you've come on, because he'll get away with this a lot of times.
I don't like most comedians.
I know.
I just think most people...
So who's your top 3?
Like of all time?
Give me 3 that you're putting above. Ignoring the sexual problems.
Right.
I'm always ignoring the sexual problems.
Just as a comic.
You don't have to say that to me. I'm always ignoring the sexual problems. Take that as written.
Who's the 3? Give me 3.
Kitson's better than Louis C.K.
Fuck off.
Look, hey.
You haven't seen him?
Huh?
You haven't seen him?
I have, yeah. I saw him hosting Up the Creek. I said load of shite.
Okay, well, I think cover it.
I think that's one of the very few that you can make the argument for.
Right.
And I wouldn't agree with it. But I know a lot of people who would make that argument. Okay, there's one.
I'd say Kitson's better than Louis C.K. I would say, again, not enough kind of work out there. I think Eddie Pepitone on his day is better than Louis C.K.
That's absolutely...
You're such an idiot. It's unbelievable. I mean, that's just... To say that with straight face to anyone.
It's the most I've ever laughed at a special, the Eddie Pepitone special. Eddie
Pepitone's great, but you can't actually make a genuine case that he's a better stand-up. Better. You could say, I prefer, that's more my cup of tea, but you could make that argument for anyone. You could say just for no reason at all, I love fucking, I think this lad is the best, just makes me laugh the most. But you can't actually say he's better or he's greater. That's insane. You don't believe that.
I do.
The thing you don't know, he just watches musicals. He hasn't seen it. He thinks Finding Nemo is the best comedian of all time. Finding Nemo, the movie.
No, it's one of the cast members of Finding Nemo. Is
who?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Have you seen that clip from her special where she gets a 7-minute standing ovation for saying, I'm a big cunt? It's mad. Hey, look, sometimes I'm a cunt, and everyone goes, yeah! For 7 minutes.
I'm a big...
It's fucking bananas.
Do you know how much I fucked up? I watched that clip and I was like, I've got to watch the special. I just absolutely have to watch the special to see if this is edited. Went on Netflix, hit go, watch the whole thing, go, it's not in it. That's like a fake clip. It's like it might be AI.
Special?
I watched the older special. I watched the 2019 special for no reason. And then I've watched Ellen's 2 most recent specials in full. And they're so bad.
She's getting fucked with this Diddy list that comes out, isn't she?
Ellen?
Comes out. Yeah,
She got Mr. Snugglebus or something on Twitter.
What's that?
She called Diddy like Mr. Snuggly, whatever. I think they were good pals.
Yeah, but sure, fucking out LeBron was on with him. Just said, no party like a Diddy party, but he's such a liar. He probably hasn't even been at one.
No, have you not even seen the clip though of it's an episode of Ellen and there's like 11 kids on the couch?
Oh, I saw that one. And Diddy comes out doing this.
Yeah. And she's
This
like,
pedo
surprise!
dance.
And it's
Yeah.
like she's feeding children to
She's
Diddy.
feeding him right into the fucking jaws of Diddy, man.
Yeah.
I saw him, and the worst thing is he's doing this little shaggy dance. Do you know what I mean? Like horny dance when he comes out. And she's there clapping. Yeah, lad. There's no good in that woman.
Who's your actual number 3? Because I'm not accepting Ellen because I don't believe you.
I would say Chappelle at one point was better than Louis C.K. Or we did, because this is is it peak or is it, because you're saying body of work, which is kind of a different conversation.
Yeah, but also, if you're talking about peak, then yeah, you could make the argument. But I think Chappelle is a lot better than he's now given credit for, because I think people have found very easy things to beat him with, like
his last 3 specials.
But he has just talked about the same thing for 4 specials in a row.
Yeah.
And Louis never done that.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I also think that even though it is one special and there's 2 albums as well, Patrice is unbelievable.
Totally. Yeah.
Like Mr. P and The Lost Files.
There's just not
and
enough full things from him.
Because he was too fat.
Whereas like Chappelle over the past like 4 or 5 tours, you go and see him and you go, he's probably going to talk about that thing. And you're right. And if anything, to Louis C.K.'s credit, people expected him to talk about his thing a lot more than he actually did.
If you could talk about one thing, like, you know, people are like, Chappelle, stop talking about that one thing. But with Louis, it's like, could you please talk about this one thing?
Yeah, it's
that joke though Louis had on it is,
Everyone
I do believe,
knows my thing.
One, yeah. Well, like even like Obama knows his thing, and Obama's just, good lord. But also the thing about like, you know, check in on girls, because like even if they're like being like acting like, you'll be like, but she acted like she liked it. Yeah, but you don't know. And then he said like back in the deep south, that'd be like you just hear the slaves singing Negro spirituals and be like, they're fucking loving it in there. I mean, that is unreal. No?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. He's good. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not like Louis C.K. is a bad. Like, you know, like loads of people did when all the stuff came out. They were like, he was always shit. I never liked him. I don't like when people do that.
Yeah.
But I don't. He's not my favorite. I would say like Gillis is probably on track to be better than him.
I think Gillis is this generation's Louis.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's the inspiration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if he has another 8 belter specials, then we'll talk about it.
But that is what it genuinely takes.
That's what it would
Because he's
take.
got 2 that are fucking class.
Yeah.
Like already. And apparently, like, from what I've heard of the new hour he's touring, it's the best one yet. So,
right.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Gilly.
But how we got onto this was you having pictures of just big sex offenders on your
Because I
walls
was
for
going
your
to say,
special.
because speaking of special, in my mind,
Bring the Pain, Chris Rock, all the inspirations, and this is what we're doing.
And Bring the Pain, Chris Rock, and Bigger
This is
and
going to be
Blacker.
an ADHD podcast fucking fiasco in it. We started with, tell us about your hoodies, and we've done P. Diddy, Ellen DeGeneres, the Louis controversy, and our top 3 comics of all time. And we've been on for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
No one asked Mike is top 3.
well, no, it wasn't.
Prior Louis Norm. There we go. But and Norm doesn't have the body of work to go top.
Norm's
but he's-
interesting because he has a different body of work. Like he has other stuff that
That's
isn't
right.
stand up.
But but Norm would be like Louis. I think is the best. Norm is my favorite. So this is like So this is just us giving homage to the people that have inspired us to do the podcast the way we do it. And
I just like to hear from both sides of the centre right.
So this is this is Stephen Bartlett.
For the listeners, Mike is wearing a hoodie that has the logo of Diary of a CEO with Stephen Bartlett on it.
Stephen Bartlett, who's one of the finest sellers of Huel in the history of. I think he got done
Doesn't
for
he
that.
own it?
Yeah. It turned out.
He's top 3 at selling that thing he owns.
Yeah. So turned out it was insider trading from Bartlett. Bartlett's a fucking crook.
Have you seen? Do you ever watch The Overlap or Stick to Football? Like
Yeah.
Clips, haven't seen full eps, but I know
Have you seen Gary Neville selling Huel?
No.
So like when you get an advert read and it's like they're like, read it like this, but his podcast is a football podcast. So in the middle of him talking, like we've all heard Gary Neville talk for a decade, like to Jamie Carragher, Roy Keane, Ian Wright, and whoever their guest is that week. Right?
You're one.
You know.
The bird.
The girl.
The girl. When he's talking, like, you've got his full cadence down. And then he starts doing the advert. And he's like, ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by my favourite product in the world. It's Huel. And then, but every week, because I listen to it every week, I actually think it's a really good podcast. A lot of Liverpool fans hate it because they're like, oh, it's too United-centric and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But I actually think it's really good, and I like the sort of energy they've got with it. Every week he says, my favourite is definitely and it's a different one. Every fucking week. Like last week he was like, and my favourite is the mango and passion fruit. Oh, it's so delicious and refreshing. And the week before it's like
Cookie
the
dough
vanilla and pomegranate is my favourite one. It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like it's such a jarring change because he's there going, oh yeah, the class of 92, like none of us had a pint. We never liked the fucking drink. Fergie was like this, and I drink Huel. Me and my friends drink it every week. It's fucking insane.
Can some freak who's listening right now, can you cut together all the different favourite Gary Neville Huels into like a big super cut of like mango and pomegranate and vanilla?
There is something about people sincerely giving ads, like, you know, where they're just, whatever it is, they'll pretend they're using it and it's their favourite thing. That I kind of, it's kind of almost impressive, like, because it's like everyone obviously knows you're lying, you know what I mean? Like, but you're just dead serious. I was never able to come before I took Huel pineapple, and now I can't stop choosing. You know what I mean? Just, but they'll look you dead in the eye and just like, obviously you're being paid for it, but like, but I think Neville's head, he's such a little fucking, you know, trainer, do the right things, you go out, you do it, you know, like it's just like, you're selling the product, you say it's your favourite product, you know what I mean? He definitely is. He's like
a company man.
Yeah,
Neville's a company man.
Oh, to his balls, he's a company man. Yeah.
Have you seen? But he even trying like he tries to sneak it in like seamlessly into the conversation as well. Like there won't be like a here's the ad read. He just like tries to bring it up.
No, so there will be a slight little you call it like a sting or something.
Yeah.
So they'll be like boop boop. I'm drinking Huel. Like, but also like whoever's fucking editing it, it's like 4 octaves higher than like the actual episode. Like there's just no. It's meant. In fact, I want to get it up because it's too
the
much.
clip I'm thinking of is, you know, the woman. Fucking what's her name? Liz. Linda.
She's a lovely
Jess.
lady. I think
she's great, and it's funny. She's talking about it playing in a charity match.
Jill
Scott. Jill Scott.
I love Jill. Big Jill fan.
There we go. We spotted the women's game.
She's class, lad.
Yeah, it's so
doing
good.
keepy uppies and everything. It's brilliant.
Most patronising thing in the world. Look at that! Look at that! Kicking that ball,
Kicking up and down,
kicking it like a person.
Good woman, Jill.
Shut up. What?
Yeah.
But she was talking about playing a charity match, and there was this like big massive guy playing against her. She's like, he absolutely smashed us. And Kano, he's so funny, man.
Yeah.
He was like, and what about the game? But in the middle of that, have you seen it? Like they're all like wetting themselves laughing. It's like Scholes, Neville, Ian Wright, like pissing themselves. And Neville goes to go, I need to drink some Huel. Like he just
But they do like a soft start of every episode.
Yeah.
So every episode like starts before it starts.
That's right.
So they have like them walking in and getting mic'd up and all that. They leave it all in.
They're always eating.
And they walk in eating, but he's always making a cup of Huel. And I swear sometimes he's like, oh, I can't wait for this. And he's like mixing it up and shit. It's fucking hilarious.
Well, he's an interesting guy, Gary Neville, isn't he? Because he's like, on one hand, he's super successful, competent, ambitious person, and then on another end, he seems to genuinely have special needs. You know, like, do you know what I mean? Like, he genuinely didn't know what a holiday was. He taught
did many retirements.
Yeah. Call them mini retirements. What I do is go Spain with me missus and my kids,
and I don't work.
A week.
Yeah,
and I come back and go back to work. Little mini retirement. It's class though, isn't it?
He's microdosing retirement.
He's never seen anything. He's never seen any movie, any TV show. Has no interest.
Well, the mad one's Michael Owen. I think Michael Owen says he's seen 4 films.
Right.
Michael Owen's a big fucking stupid cunt.
This is the funniest thing about Michael Owen. Ballon d'Or winner for your favourite club, and you hate him. Like, nobody likes Michael Owen.
For Man United.
This is the thing. He fucked
won
it
a
so
league
hard.
title with Man United.
He fucked it so hard because he was like, he could have been a hero. Like,
so
but
easily.
Nobody likes him because he was shit for Madrid. He was brilliant for Liverpool. But then, was it worth going to United for how long? 2 seasons?
So there was an episode years ago before like podcasts had like the boom they've had. Carragher, Jamie Carragher had a podcast. He just started one. I think it only ran for about 6 or 7 episodes, but it was good. Do you know what I mean? And like, so he had like Steven Gerrard on. It was just like, it was a bad podcast, but like I enjoyed listening to it. In that it was just Jamie Carragher talking to someone who he was mates with for an hour and then going like, that's a podcast. Like that, it was just that. Do you know what I mean? And there was a Michael Owen one, and it was essentially, you could clearly, Jamie Carragher had gone to Michael Owen and gone, hey, I reckon we can get you a bit of redemption here with Liverpool fans. We'll just interview you about like how things went, you going to Madrid, why it happened that way. And if you listen to it, you can see he's trying to be really like, show proper contrition and like be like, poor me, you know. And he's like, you know, I went to Real Madrid and it didn't work out, and I tried to get back to Liverpool at every opportunity. Like, you know, Liverpool sold me for 8 million, and in the summer after, I was like, let me go back to Liverpool. And Madrid were like, well, we want our money back. And I spoke to Liverpool and they said they'd give them the 8 million back, but then Newcastle offered 16. So I said to Liverpool, hey, just give them 16. Just give them twice as much as you sold me for a year ago when I was a better player. And Liverpool wouldn't do it. So I had to go to Newcastle. I just had to go to Newcastle. And then after Newcastle, my only options were Manchester United or Stoke. So what was I supposed to do? I could have gone to Everton as well, but I was like, that'll piss Liverpool fans off. So I thought I'd just go and win a title at Old Trafford. But I tried to get back to Liverpool. Even when United were after me, I was like, Liverpool, why don't you just give Newcastle 16 million? And
I gave them so many chances.
I listened to it literally proper open-minded, like, I'm going to like him again after this. He's going to be back. Yeah. I was like, do you know what? Michael Owen's all right. Alfie Brown once said to me, Alfie ended up in like one of the corporate seats at a Liverpool game. And Michael Owen was there.
Fucking Napo, baby.
Scum. You tell you, we're never having him on this pod. That's a fact.
Michael Owen was there, and Alfie, I'll never forget this, it lives rent-free in my head. Alfie said, Michael Owen has got the energy of a man who was determined to go into banking, but his parents forced him to be a footballer.
From such a young age.
Yeah. And I used to love Michael Owen. When I was young, that's who I used to play up front, and I was like, and I was a United fan, but I just loved Michael Owen. He was gorgeous as well. He was a lovely looking lad. You know, and he was a very attractive, because I remember my cousins used to have like fucking posters of him on the wall. They were fucking absolutely to fucking little Mo and little Dinky. He used to be great one-on-ones. He'd dink it over. He had a beautiful little finish one-on-one. But I will say, it was amazing. I had him as this big hero. I loved him. As soon as you hear him talk, it's amazing how quick that it goes from this guy is just amazing to he's so dumb. You know what I mean?
Have you seen the list of quotes he said whilst commentating on games?
No.
If that had gone in, it would have been a goal and shit like that.
Things like Man United were 1-0 down at some point.
Yeah.
And he says his job is to talk about football whilst it's happening. And while he's doing that, as Manchester United are 1-0 down, he says, if Manchester United don't score here, they're going to struggle to win the game. But like, it's not a one-off.
No, yeah,
like there's like articles about it, you know, where like Reddit lists where people have put all the quotes together.
Yeah.
It is horrifically bad.
But what's mad is because he was like a Liverpool academy boy, wasn't he? Like, wasn't it him, Gerrard and Carragher were like...
They weren't like exactly the same age, but like
around.
sort of like all like a similar era they came through. Like Gerrard was a few years after Owen.
Because I think in Gerrard's book he talks about like playing with Owen in the academy.
Yeah, they will have played certain games, but they weren't the exact same age.
Yeah.
So like Michael Owen, like, you know, he went to the World Cup he was 18 in 1998. Gerrard, I'm not sure what year he made his debut, but like he didn't go to that World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Gerrard was a big fixture in that team by the treble winning one in 01, wasn't he? He was now starting centre mid.
So I think Gerrard probably broke through maybe 98, 99, but like Owen was a full year ahead. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but Owen was young, like started younger the senior team. He was the fastest kid alive.
Yeah.
It was absolutely unbelievable how quick that cunt was.
But that's all he had really as well. Because as soon as he snapped his hamstring like 2 or 3 times, and the doctors were like, "Hey, you actually can't run ever again.
That's right.
Or you'll break your spine somehow."
And he's like, "Well, don't worry, I'm going to fall back on my playmaking abilities."
Yeah, it was dog shit.
Yeah, he was so dog shit without the speed. It's so fun watching people run that fast. So his little legs, you knew they were going to snap at some point. His little legs were going, and all these fucking Tony Adams, everyone trying to catch him. He's like,
all these drunk centre backs in the late 90s. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
Before defenders actually had to give a shit about their fitness.
Yeah.
That's when he was playing as well.
Just all these fat cunts. Tiny Scouse boy. What the fuck?
Fucking giving him nightmares. Yeah.
But
Wow.
Spotify event.
But this is it. We went to the Spotify event anyway. So we said we get the people who've inspired us to podcast.
So they had a screen printing.
Yeah.
So they had loads of blank white hoodies, and you could screen. And the idea was, we'll make you a hoodie of your podcast, but there was no checks and balances of like whose podcast you were getting. You just went up to a screen, clicked on the podcast logo you wanted and what size of hoodie you wanted, come back 20 minutes later at this event, and they give you a hoodie. So immediately I got a high performance Jake Humphrey.
Yeah.
Of course.
I got Spencer and Vogue. Got that done straight
and then
away.
of course you got these done.
The rest is politics, because listen, it's just important to have someone.
Well, the boys, you want someone who's kind of responsible for Britain being in the Iraq War. You want him there. Cambo. Straight up.
Cambo.
A million Iraqis dead. Put them on. And then you just want a little kind of a spineless weasel.
A little spy.
A little spineless weasel on there as well beside him. Just to kind of add up. And yet,
it's fucking mad that they're doing like
Arena?
Arenas, isn't it?
O2 Arena, these boys.
I know this is like every fucking all-male podcast can tip into this conversation at some point. We are in a simulation. We have to be. And we're reaching the very fucking end of it.
Yeah.
They're running out of ideas.
The Lib Dem guy is challenging Keir Starmer daily to a game of FIFA. On social media. He's putting a video up every day on Instagram and he's doing a fucking... He's like, fucking play me on FIFA, Keir, you shithouse cunt.
And he's dancing while he's doing it.
Yeah, the leader of the Liberal Democrats, like technically, historically, the 3rd biggest party in the UK.
A sitting MP, like he's a member of Parliament.
He's not just a sitting MP, he's the leader. He's not like just, he's not like a mental cunt who's accidentally got in. He runs the party, and he's a sitting MP, and he's there every day on TikTok, like, come on, Keir, I'll let you go Real Madrid.
Do Gangnam Style on the
10 randoms, pick anyone. Shut up. What?
Oh, man.
But isn't that... It is kind of, we are tipping into obviously that, yes, what you're talking simulation, there's a crossover between kind of what's real, what's fabricated entertainment and politics. In Dublin, recently, so we had our national elections there, one of the most famous gangland criminals in the history of our country, a man named Jerry the Monk Hutch.
The Monk.
He was involved in, there was a massive feud in Dublin, Kinahans versus the Hutches. One of the bloodiest feuds in the history of the city. Just countless murdered. Daniel Kinahan is still in Dubai. Like I think the Kinahan family are kind of fucked at the minute. Like there's so much like international crime people all over him. But so Jerry Hutch anyway manages not to get killed. He's the head of the Hutch family because he just fucking hides under a table in Spain, gets a big beard and a fucking long... But he tells stories
big
about like...
siesta vibes.
Yeah. he actually tells these stories. He's going on like podcasts and stuff. So now he's going to be elected to government. By the way, he's just going for a seat. In his North Dublin constituency, he gets that close to getting in. It goes to a recount. This is one of the most famous criminals ever, and people are like, yeah, why not have him deal with the fucking water charges? Like, what?
Because we're in an era of personality, and people just vote for what's funny as well.
Yeah.
And this is like the scary, but also like, I think if you think about politics too long, it's just terrifying. So you have to just you have to just enjoy the car crash that we're all on the bus, and we are going in to an oncoming bus.
Yes.
And you have to accept it and just enjoy the adrenaline that you're going to get from it.
Just start singing the
because
wheels
it's
on the bus
fucking,
go round.
There's people in America who've just voted Trump in, who've done it because they think it's funny. And their vote counts exactly the same
1-on-1
as like someone who's like read up on every you can read every political issue you can know. You could get every piece of information available to you from every proper source. Forget all fake news and people on Twitter. You could read absolute, perfect, super clean information and absolutely know the right person to vote for and the reasons to back up while you're voting for that person, and you still get the same vote as he grabs pussies. Like, they're equal.
Let's have the monk in charge of education.
And there's nothing we can do about it.
The Apprentice was good. Like, The Apprentice was good.
Yeah.
What about that?
It's
But like, I think
horrific.
in our lifetime, at some point, like, you will be in charge of the army, like the British Army. Just Adam Rowe. We'll just be like,
probably.
Yeah, we're fucking, we're taking Manchester just for no reason.
So you're against one man, one vote, which was the protest that started the Troubles.
Sure, yeah. If you want.
Yeah, nasty little man. Cruel little character.
Yeah. The current system we've got is stupid. The problem is there isn't a better one.
Should there be a way? Yeah, democracy is the best of a bad bunch. Should there be a way to earn more votes?
No.
Nah, no.
Like, if you could do loads of keepy-ups?
Jill Scott should get a few.
She should get
a girl that can do keepy-uppies.
She should get a vote for every man she has to sit with on the overlap.
That's right.
If there's 5 guests on average on the overlap and she's one woman, she gets
Gary's
5.
Vote. She should get Gary's vote.
She should definitely get Gary's vote.
Gary doesn't even know what a government
I'm voting
is.
for Stephen Bartlett because he gives me fuel at 20%.
It doesn't say it on here. Why does it not say Stephen's name on here?
Yeah, every time he votes for Alex Ferguson, he's just for the boss. Again, he just doesn't have a clue. Gaffer. Yeah. He, or what was I going to say? The Jerry the Monk Hutch, if you look up his Instagram page, he has an Instagram page now.
Is he verified?
Yeah, big time.
It is mad that criminals have Instagram now and they're just like around. Have you seen those mad lawyers in Bradford that are promoting their like mad dodgy law firm? On Instagram with reels, and they're like, listen, my client fucking did it, and he's not going to prison. He killed those people, but he's off, and so book me for your next big gig or whatever.
That's fair,
right?
That's fair.
Well, it is the biggest scalp like a lawyer or like a defense lawyer can have. Is like, yeah, obviously he killed him, like fucking Johnny Cochran. Yeah, there's literally his blood all over the car. I got him off.
Yeah.
Give me
the glove.
The glove.
Fit.
Yeah.
He had it on.
Yeah.
He had it on in front of the jury. And I was just like, doesn't fit, does it? And they went, oh, no, it doesn't.
Yeah. He cut her fucking head off. He's out playing golf now. £1 million. I don't care what you did. If you're fucking Goering, Hitler, I'd have got Hitler off. Hitler would be running fucking...
honesty should be commendable.
Johnny Cochran at the Nuremberg trials is very funny.
100%, yeah. The moustache doesn't fit.
If the moustache doesn't fit, you must have quit. Hitler, a quittler. What about that?
People are like, fuck, he's got us there, the cunt. A quittler, that is good. I didn't even think of that. Shit. Right, let him off. Let him run Hungary or somewhere, I don't know. But the monk, right? So the monk put up a song, like a Fall Out Boy style song about the monk. Like that's because Jerry the monk, they tried to get him. They can't have him. He's in heaven. Like, this just crazy. And then there's just like a montage of the monk just kind of like shaking people's hands. But like, he's posted it himself on the Instagram page. Jerry the monk. Like, and just like all the people commenting, go on, Jerry. Go on.
Sure, he's a good man.
And in his like interviews for like running for government, he's talking about times people tried to whack him. He's like, yeah, no, he's in a bar in Marbella and I saw these two fellas coming in, gunmen, and I knew who they were. You know, these are lads who've taken money. So I just hid behind the pole in the bar like that. And next thing, I sees them, they look around, they go out, they leave the bar. And then they don't forget. And what did you do then, Jerry? So I just had a few more points after that. So fuck it. There's no safer place in Marbella now, so they've already checked it.
But it's the next iteration in it, because on podcast, we're all responsible. This big industry now.
Yeah.
Because the criminal interviews on podcasts, like those James English episodes, that's the gateway to criminal.
That's
because they're just
somebody's
there
boy.
going, yeah, you know, I fucking killed him, didn't I? I killed 17 people and then I went to prison, but now I've got a daughter and it's made me see things different, so buy my book. That's it.
What you have to remember is that's somebody's boy.
Have you seen the guy who says he's read the Bible like 100 times?
If
you
you
seen
stop,
it?
if you stop at every dog that barks,
You'll never reach your destination. And basically what that means is, if you stop at every dog that barks, you'll never meet your destination.
But the best thing is your man across from just like it's what's always the best is you could go on there. I mean, we talked about it before, but like just go on to one of these podcasts and just say, make up. You'd be unbelievable at it. You're unbelievable at making up stories. That one you did about the Aussies.
ex-girlfriend, so good.
Especially the juicy that you made up. Unbelievable storytelling.
I don't know how it come to me, you know. It's just from a law firm, I think.
But the one about he did the spider in Australia, the story you did on Have a Word, it was so... I was like, this guy, to be honest, it was a frightening level of lying.
I was really proud of it.
Because I was like, you could honestly, like, what a politician you'd be. Do you know what I mean? The detail in the lies. It was just incredible.
I tell you why you wouldn't be a good politician is because you need to get the credit for the bullshit. So you would do all the bullshit and then just before election day you'd be like, fuck it.
That was good.
There's no money.
Yeah.
There's no money. We're fucked. We're fucked. Fuck you and your mum. You're all gonna die. We're going to war. Fuck you. We forgot to record the ad read, so we are inserting it in. Apologies to come along. Every time you try and read it over my shoulder. And I don't know why I find it so rude, but I think
it's not rude. It's not you're being rude for not letting me
want to read it?
Be close to you.
Do you want to read it?
No. You read it. Go on. But just like, it just feels hurtful that you're like, get away from me.
Well, I think it's... Why do you need to read it?
I don't. I just want to be, you know, but we're just, it's more a camaraderie thing. Like, we're in it together, selling our soul for this bullshit.
This episode is brought to you by the brilliant people at Manscaped. All right, fellas, the holiday season is here. It's Christmas.
Nice. What do you want me to say to
trust
that?
me, you don't want to be the guy showing up with tangled tinsel in your ornaments.
Yeah, you don't want to turn up with fucking Christmas decorations on your cock. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Just like a little angel hanging from your cock.
Luckily, our friends at Manscaped have got you covered from head to well down the chimney.
Some
now,
friends.
That does sound like it's up your ass.
Down the chimney?
Yeah.
Yeah, just up your black, sooty asshole. Just your black fucking coal-filled anus. What?
With the Beard and Balls bundle, featuring the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the Beard Hedger, this bundle will make sure you're a gift worth unwrapping. Get ready for those
wrap, but do wear condoms. That's not nice. What do they want everyone to get AIDS? That's a disgusting thing to say. Don't unwrap. Wrap up. There's STDs,
Wrap
there's
up
HIV. Magic Johnson, come on. Get real.
Get ready for these mistletoe moments and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code parenting20 at manscaped.com.
There you go. Is there more?
What do you mean?
Are they making you read more stuff now?
You're acting like you've never been involved in one of these ad reads before.
I have, but I'm starting to get sick of the
There's
length.
the opening script and then there's talking points.
Right, go on, so.
The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, your balls' new best friend. I'd say your dick would be annoyed about that.
What?
I'd say your dick's probably your balls' best friend.
Your cock's. They're saying that this guy is going to like supersede the cock in terms of friendship. Yeah, that's bullshit. Because there's no money in cocks for Manscaped because cocks are largely hairless, aren't they? The shaft.
I have a little bit of hair going up the back of my...
That's disgusting. You're gross. Ew. That's like back hair on your cock.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a freak. You're...
But maybe I can shave it off and not be a freak.
No.
With Manscaped.
Then it'll grow back fucking worse. And you'll have a little fucking Chewbacca cock. Your cock will be like
Mike, we're trying to
Bigfoot.
sell the shaving equipment.
Why can't we be natural? Let your stuff...
Because sometimes it's nice to be trimmed for Christmas.
Right.
For your family.
For your family. I forgot about that. You're going to flash all your family at Christmas.
It cuts through the...
And you want to look like a child.
It cuts through the North Pole of bushes with ease. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Because the North Pole doesn't have any bushes.
No. Famously bushless.
The beard hedger, keep your beard in check. Be as bushless as the North Pole. That will do their ad read for them.
That's good.
Join the 11 million men worldwide. 11 million.
Whoa!
Who trust Manscaped to stay sharp this holiday season. Get the beard and balls bundle today and slay your grooming routine. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code parenting20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code parenting20 at manscaped.com. Because Santa isn't the only one who needs his sack well groomed this year.
What the hell? Santa? You don't want to...
He's got a beard as well. Maybe he trims his beard with Manscaped.
You don't want to think about Santa fucking... shaving.
This week's episode is also brought to you by Zach Southall Fitness.
Fuck off.
Would you like to be coached by an online personal trainer who's so good at his job that Mike stopped doing it immediately?
Southall was quite cruel to me. Southall was
I'm having a great time. I'm down 5 kgs already. I'm enjoying my life.
You don't look well. You don't look healthy, to be honest.
I'm looking good. I'm feeling good, and I'm enjoying the gym sessions.
A bit Dallas Buyers
Club
over here.
Very easy. Even if you just follow him on Instagram for free tips.
Yeah.
You don't even have to pay money for it, but just for free tips.
I've never been healthier since I stopped conversing with Southall. I've just gotten... I swear to God, I've really toned up since I've not been...
You look awful.
I do not, lad. I just need a haircut.
Even if you've got Christmas coming up and you've got a partner or like an uncle who's thinking, oh, I'd like to get into shape, I need a bit of guidance, get them a little personal training package from Zach Southall.
Tell them to just cop onto themselves and just fucking go for a run.
Cop onto themselves, too scared to do a Zoom call with a personal trainer.
You don't need some fucking...
Too scared to do a Zoom call 3 times.
You don't need some chancer with a fucking stupid name. No offense, Southall, stupid name. You don't need some chancer telling you, hey, you need to not be fat. Yeah, I know that.
We'll see. In the fullness of time, in the next, I would say 6 months, we'll see who gets fatter and who gets thinner.
Lad, I'm gonna
absolutely tonk. I'm going to look like Chris Williamson by the end of the year.
Yeah, lad, I'm going to look like fucking Ronnie Coleman. Do you know him?
Just can't walk anymore.
Yeah, just fucking
Ain't nothing but a peanut.
That's right. Lightweight. Disgusting, roided up fucking freak I'm going to be. I'm going to fucking wreck your whole house in a roid rage. I'm going to like have that, you know, when people like get brain damage from like CTE and shit from like busting into walls.
This is what happens if you don't go with Zach Southall
roid rage.
Fitness.
I'm going to fucking break everything.
Back to the episode.
Kill women. No. Fuck.
How long do you think it's going to be before politicians like openly like just speak like we do and swear and stuff?
It's already happened.
No, but I mean like at what point do you think like ITV are going to go up to like Keir Starmer or whoever's running for the next fucking election and go give us an example of a policy that you got coming up, Keir? Like, what are you going to do about the housing crisis? And they just like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't got that fucking far. I've just told you what I'm doing about these city bikes. I've told you what I'm doing about this thing.
Right.
Give me a fucking break. Like, how far from that are we? Because it's not that far.
I think 20 to... Because you need a generation of old people who think swearing is like a sin to die. Mm-hmm. And they're like big voting...
They're on the way, though.
Yeah,
there's about 11 of them left.
I think like 20 could not, but you're
cancer.
forgetting like rural England are freaks. all these little old people in their little villages. Like, oh, I don't like the way he said that. That wasn't very nice, was it?
Yeah, and they all vote, don't they?
He's just a bit mucky-mouthed.
Oh, yeah. They vote several times to go on, put on my next disguise, vote again. This time I'll dress up as a hen. Now I'm back again.
Hen?
A hen, yeah. I'm a hen. I'm voting again. Vote from the hen. They're voting several times, these old countries. They've nothing else to do. Like, voting is their session, like, do you know what I mean?
It is true. That's
them
just like a hobby. That's
just
why,
fucking scoff a few boiled eggs and go vote 27 times.
that's why they're members of the Conservative Party, because they have
fucking
a
I want you two to write a rural England sitcom based on how it actually is in your heads.
I think I'm a hen. My name's Marjorie.
He's gonna
Got
actually
any boiled eggs? I just have to vote.
Yeah.
Get some eggs boiled.
someone who thinks,
Every episode, it's just them eating eggs and voting every week.
But
and just in elections that aren't happening.
but somebody who thinks they're a hen eating boiled eggs is completely fucking wild.
I'm like Mike Tyson. I'm eating my own children. I'm eating children. Remember, what was that Tyson was like? I'm going to eat your children.
I'm gonna fuck you till you love me.
I'll fuck you till you love me. I'm going to eat your children, the blood dripping down my chin. That was a fun way to be, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
What's next? Is he going to go into politics? Well, because it's already infiltrated, like celebrities being elected in. And I was listening to The Rest is Entertainment, a partner podcast of The Rest is Politics. They were talking about when they think a celebrity will like get into the kind of leadership. Yeah. Like, and who is it going to be? Because like they were basically in the context of it was Jeremy Clarkson at the Farmers thing, and whether he is getting political and trying to.
I think Matthew McConaughey will run in America in 8 to 12 years.
Almost certainly you're right about that. He's been leading up to it for a while.
He's mentioned it. It's been like floated a couple of times.
Well, he's just
he
going
needs
on-
Trump out of the way, doesn't he? Because like
He will be a Republican, but I think he'll be a Republican that gets a lot of Democrat vote. I think he'll walk it.
Yeah, because he's going to come out and just be like, well, it's like, I think you should encourage small business, but it's cool to be gay.
Yeah.
That's what he'll say. That's what he'll say.
You want to fuck your buddy? That's nothing new with me, you know, as long as I
there's
can sell
nothing
my
wrong with
cars.
that. Yeah. Have a cold beer, suck Brian off. Have fun, brother.
well, we had Chris Williamson on Finn versus the Internet the other day, and he just interviewed McConaughey.
You got Williamson on.
Yeah.
That's fucking
big fucking.
That's sick,
big
lad.
burly Williamson.
If you thought this lad was a grifter, Williamson takes the fucking biscuit, brother.
I like Williamson.
How would you fuck off?
He's the nicest. He's the narrow end of the wedge. Like if you listen to Williamson and then keep going down that path, you will be an Andrew Tate fan. But
Yeah.
But if you just stay with him, I
you
think it's all
just
right.
stay at the narrow end of the wedge.
What I do love, there's a clip of like Jordan Peterson, because obviously he's as people who I think are absolute, big
Legends.
piles of dog shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, Peterson I think is more a deranged lunatic than a pile of dog shit, but like Douglas Murray I think is a truly abhorrent human being.
Yeah.
And he'll have Douglas on well, the people in Gaza, he's a fucking cunt. But anyway, Williamson has like Peterson on, and Peterson's like, well, he's like, people who have one night stands, man, they're psychopaths, they're having sex. And you can see on William's face, like this lad shags 7 women a day. You know what I mean? And he literally, like this lad doesn't have one drop of cum in him.
He was
like,
on Love Island. Like
Yeah.
Chris Williamson was on Love Island. He's just there like.
His whole everything about Williamson is just set up to have himself getting blown. Like every 15 minutes, this guy is getting rimmed. And then like Peterson's like, they're psychopaths. And then like you hear Williamson just like, wow, it's really, why would you say that? Well, you're using people for your own gratification. It's not good. It's
And then
complicated.
a woman just appears from under the table.
Yeah. Just wiping her mouth.
Sorry.
I couldn't help it over here. I think I need to go and talk to my
Then it
dad.
zooms out and she's been sucking pieces enough. the twist no one saw coming. And he's just like, I'm a psychopath.
That's why he talks like that, because he's getting sucked off at all times. Just, it's bloody complicated.
Yeah,
He's
Dr.
just,
Jordan, was she sucking you off? Well, it's
He
it's
always
not
gets
gonna-
so close to Mickey Mouse, Jordan Peterson, doesn't it?
I know, yeah.
So close to Mickey
yeah.
Mouse. I think he's one of the saddest demises ever, because there was a point about 7 years ago where I was like, this guy gets me.
Yeah.
He speaks sense.
That's right.
He's educated. He's a psychiatrist.
Megan Kathy
and then he's like,
Newman.
what do you mean you? What do you mean me? And it's like, oh no! We had a good fella. Now you're just a big fucking stupid lunatic super cunt.
Yeah, he's on an interview with Richard Dawkins recently.
Is that the one with Alex O'Connor mediating? He was on Finn versus the Internet as well. It was a good day yesterday.
God, we are getting the biggest shower of fucking grifters.
The philosopher guy.
Yeah. Alex O'Connor, yes, everything's relative to the
Have you seen him doing the maths problem? The three tenors? Have you no. Do you know this? It's like a historical maths problem, and it's basically for people who are mathematically illiterate. It's for, if you don't know how numbers and addition and everything works, you'd be like, oh, it's like a magic trick. But like, so listen to this. Right.
He knows I like magic.
So us three, right? I have to try and get this right because it does get fucking convoluted. Us three go to stay in a hotel. We pay £10 each, cheap as fuck hotel.
Right.
£10 each. Give it to the fella, and we go up to our room. The fella says to his bellboy, there was an offer on and I didn't tell him about it. It's actually 25 quid tonight. Do us a favour, go and give those lads a £5 back, right? So he comes up to the room and he works out on the way. He's like, I'll just give them £1 each. They don't fucking know about the offer. So I'll just say, I've given them some money back. So he gives you £1 back, you £1 back, me £1 back, right? We've now all paid £9 each and he's kept £2. That's 29. Where's the other £1 gone? Right?
How'd you fuck off?
But it's fucking stupid because we've all paid £9 each, which is just 27.
27.
And the other £2 is what he's kept. That's the maths. It doesn't go up to 30, it goes down to 25. That Alex O'Connor, who speaks like he's the most intelligent, well-read person in the world, presented that problem as if he'd found a flaw in the universe on a podcast, and he's like, just wait, see, there's the fucking £1. Don't fucking know, do you? Can't find £1 because it's actually disappeared into the ether and I've just broke physics. And it's like, you're just actually fucking stupid.
Stupid Oxford educated tech.
Yeah.
Where's the £1 gone?
Yeah, but I mean, listen, so much of the internet, griftverse is just kind of...
It is market traders, do you know what I mean?
Well, it's just being like, just like, I'm the most intelligent man in the world, you must listen to what I say. And so many people are like, by God... I don't believe this. It's the smartest man in the world, he says. And then if you speak in a way like that and say things like context and hierarchy enough, people will be like, good Lord, I didn't understand any of that. Ipso facto, it must have been brilliant. So
Ipso facto is great.
Yeah.
Ipso facto.
See, that's Russell Brand's whole career, just the dichotomy of the duplicities of the... And people are like, that lad is smart, lad. He's not, he's a rapist.
He can't have raped anyone.
Yeah.
He knows words I've never heard of. How could he have had time to rape any women when he's clearly been reading a thesaurus this whole time?
Just in the corner. Wow. So when Dawkins and Peterson meet, it's amazing because it's like the most fact science-based man in the world versus sheer fucking
just jellyfish hands
chaos, just cognitive chaos in Peterson, but he's also so passionate about the nonsense. So like at one point Peterson was like, but you've got to see that these things, it's like a dragon, flying with fire and they can kill you. And then like Dawkins like, yes, but you must admit that dragons aren't real. Well, why not? Because you're looking, would you admit that a lion is real? And then those are, well, yes, of course, because they are real. There's proof of them. So, well, then why not a dragon? And he's like, because, Jordan, there's no evidence of any dragons ever being on Earth. So, but says who? But if you look at the cosmopolitan, and you just see Dawkins just here, and what do you mean by what? And what do you mean by dragon? And then your man is just like, how?
And at one point Peterson's like, and well, if we think about fire, like fire's a predator, and Dawkins is like,
well, it's not, because there's no actual cognitive intention to kill or eat something, so it's not. But it kills you. And then he's like, yes, Jordan, I see that. And then just Alex O'Connor in the middle, just rubbing his chin, just like, I'm very smart.
Jordan Peterson sees somebody get hit by a bus and goes, oh, another predator strikes again.
And this is like being on the safari in Zimbabwe.
A man in his 40s, most natural predator is a toaster in the bath. Oh, you gotta be careful of toasters. Tigers. They kill more men than anything.
They're at the top of the food chain.
Grizzly
at the bottom of the food chain.
Grizzly bears, tigers, toasters. We've got it.
The thing about toasters is they give with breakfast, but they take away with suicide.
Wonderful in the kitchen, terrible in the bathroom.
And you gotta run the bath for a long
Jenny
time.
What? What's the deal with toasters? Great in the kitchen, terrible in the bathroom. Oh, fuck. Yeah, boy, yes.
You can start your day and you can end your life.
Your decision. Yeah, but he has poor old JP. And he's, the man is just, like I've said this before, but for a man to be giving life advice to young men, and he's clearly the most observably unhappy person that's possibly ever lived.
Yeah.
He's constantly crying. He's forever furious. He can't, he couldn't be less zen or stoic or anything. It's just...
But he's the perfect example, isn't he, of the thin line between absolute intelligence and madness.
Yeah.
And for a very long time, he was on the right side of it, but he has fully fucking tipped onto the wrong side
It's
of
gone
it.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's hard because I think like some people would be like nervous to be like, oh, I was into him for like I read his book and like used to watch his interviews, and he was like an interesting guy.
Yeah.
Coming to things being like, yeah, there is a bit of bullshit that needs to be cut through here.
Yeah.
And then it just fucking, I don't know what it was. Like I think the interview where I first started to see the cracks showing was when an interviewer for, I think it was like some magazine was interviewing, but it was like a video thing for YouTube. And she was like, and who's your favourite female author? And he was like, well, it's
The really funny thing, though, is that if you asked him right now, without missing a beat, he'd say J.K. Rowling.
He'd be like, gotcha, fucking Expelliarmus, bitch.
Like, there'd be no... J.K. Rowling! Like,
J.K. Rowling, I haven't read the books, but her Twitter is one of the finest reads I've ever come across. Riveting.
he
What
just
is
thinks
it?
too much.
What happens to all these people like Linehan, Rowling, him? Like, what?
And it's people who think too much and they've got too many brain cells and they all end up competing and fighting, and then it's a big fucking... we're taught that being intelligent is like a good thing and that we should all strive for it and be like full of information and well read. And I don't know anyone who's really clever and happy. Like, would you rather be Jordan Peterson or Cole Palmer, who looks like the stupidest person of all time, but he's fucking class and he's just like, yeah, just want chips. Like, that's his whole life. That's all he thinks all the time. Score a goal, get chips. And he's happy. And Jordan Peterson's there being like trying to define commas and punctuation marks to make sure he's absolutely right about every syllable he's speaking. It's a miserable existence.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a fucking idiot covered in my own shite.
But
Blissful ignorance, isn't it? You just want to be, whoa.
But is that... Because I'm very interested in that, because it is like, the happiest people I know are the tickets people I know. And they couldn't, smiling from ear to ear, they can't believe anything's happening. A bun, again. They can't believe it. They just, life is just one series of fucking miracle after miracle. So, but then obviously like people who have like fucking high processing power heads, now, you're reasonably happy for a smart person.
I pretend to be a dope quite a lot of the time because then people don't ask you to do things.
Right.
Same.
But then you've got a lot of things going on in your head there. You didn't sleep last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anxiety, like bedtime anxiety is just the fucking...
Your head works great, but you're fucking miserable over there. Look at you.
Yeah, I am today. Fucking knackered. But at night, I have to have a TV show on or like a podcast I can put on sometimes. But it really helps me if I've seen or heard it before. Yeah. Because I'm not that interested in it then. So, so I'll put like an episode of Friends on, but I won't put it on the telly anymore because I don't want the light. I'll put it on Netflix on my phone and turn my phone upside down.
Right.
And then just like that's just... Friends is just playing because I've watched it a million times, so I know every scene and every fucking line. So that just like distracts me brain enough to be like, oh, we're watching Friends and now we go to sleep. If I don't have that on, my brain's just, it's a fucking
I
party.
read and it just slows everything because I can't read that quickly.
Yeah.
So my brain like has to slow down to the speed that I'm reading.
So I'm the same with reading in that I have to read things like 3 or 4 times to make sure I've read it right, but because that starts annoying me, so then I'm not interested, and then my brain will start fucking off on other stuff again.
I find first couple of pages my brain fucks off and I go, come on, back to it, read, and then by page 5 I am asleep.
I take
my Kindle.
antidepressants, but we all have our own ways to sleep. I tell you that. But that fucking helps with it because it dampens down the anxiety a bit. But then you know what giveth taketh away. It's a fucking nightmare to come.
Given that, do you think podcasters are like the fucking demise of society and culture and stuff? It was a weird collection of people at this fucking Spotify thing. It was just like looking around being like, oh, there's Ben Foster. Just like
Ben Foster gave me some gossip. I can't give it to you now, but I'll give it to you at the breaks. He made me swear an oath.
Mike got so excited about like 2 of the funniest people to get excited about at this event. Well, there's all sorts of cool people there.
No, they were
and
everyone
Mike
else
immediately goes, oh my God, that's beard versus food.
lad, there was, honestly, it was just one big fucking queue and collection of absolute idiots. And then there was Beard from Beard Meets Food. Have you seen Beard?
No.
Lad, he's the biggest legend alive. He eats so much food, man. Oh, lad.
Those sentences can't go back to back, mate.
Lad.
Biggest legend alive.
Biggest legend alive. It's so much food.
Wait till you see this guy.
Wait till you see the fat cunts I grew up on the same street as when I was a kid.
But that's why Beard's so impressive, lad. He's not even fat. Because do you know what he does? He eats like the most food anyone's ever eaten, and then for the rest of the week he just like fucking
has
slits his wrists and like listens to Blink 182. But he eats like I don't know. Where are you? No, he doesn't do that. But
that's him waiting on his delivery.
Yeah.
This guy with the heaviest cube on his back of all time.
Where are
cycling
you?
up a hill. Like he's got Chris Hoy delivering his deliveries.
Yeah,
maybe not.
But Beard lad, so he eats like the biggest amount of food ever, and then for like the next 6 days he just eats nothing but like salad and like goes on complete calorie deficit. But anyway, he's got like 4.5 million YouTube subscribers. He's one of the best men alive. Like lad from Leeds. He's
future prime minister probably.
He'd get so many votes because think of all the food like in 10 Downing Street, absolutely smashing a fry up. Like, but he eats.
Tough to be like, we've opened another food bank.
Yeah. National hunger has increased.
Everyone's just there eating brusques, be like, it's class though, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's good content
because he's not even fat.
Biggest legend alive.
Neither are we, but he's so not fat.
Share a crisp.
Well, he has 4.5 million YouTube subscribers. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much money he made, but I did ask him how much he makes a year.
This is Mike at all networking events.
I'm so rude, it's unbelievable.
How much you making off that?
I genuinely go up to him and just say, I get right close to her face and say, how much exactly a week are you bringing in? People are just like, get him away from me. But Beard liked my cojones. He was like, because he liked me because I was Irish, because he hated all the London people. He's like, these are all phonies. And I was like, yeah, they are all fucking phonies. He's like, where do you live? I was like, Dublin.
I'm between cities.
Don't worry about that, Beard. Just eat some shit there. I just throwing him shit. But anyway, Beard, when we went in, and he was probably the most famous person there, I would say, Beard.
I'd say Jessie Ware was there.
Jessie Ware was there, but she made a fool of herself. Huh?
Who's Jessie?
Exactly.
Singer, and also has a massive podcast.
Yeah.
The Table Manners podcast with her ma. This is the mad thing about and this is the weird thing about an event like that. It's like the people who you know, you're like, oh, fucking that person. But there's
the people you don't know, you're like, why is that person?
But I bet they'll have 1 million subscribers or whatever, and you just like, it's all so like fragmented, and it was the perfect kind of.
We were the Z-listers of the party for sure. You know what I mean?
People were getting annoyed at us for laughing during the keynote speech
because
this German guy talking about statistics and viewership and engagement and stuff.
And we were like,
yeah, we're like. I didn't think German guys could give speeches anymore.
Yeah, people are literally like, you're like school children who are like. Fuck off.
That's me and Carla everything the podcast ever goes to.
Yeah.
Just getting in fucking trouble.
Well, because that was the hoodies. Your woman from Spotify, who's like our point of contact with Spotify. Like there'd be like 5 hoodies each on our arms, and she's like, "Why have you got so many hoodies?" And she's like, "We're like, well, they were free."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to invite a fat man to a buffet,
Oh,
love?
he's all like, get out of the way, the canapes are coming out again. I've had 12 mini burgers, but they're mini, so it's not very
I
much.
basically have one burger. You're telling me I can't have one burger?
At my own event.
This is my birthday.
Yeah, fuck off. We
Steaming on like the maddest free cocktails ever.
Oh yeah, there were the old fashions, Negronis. Then there was bottles of Peroni as well. And, do you know what? And it was just clear that I hadn't been invited. Do you know when you're just going around and you just have like an absolute headlock of drinks, and you're like, "No, you can't take them back. I got them now."
Every time he gets
I've licked them all.
Every
Spitting them.
You want them?
Yeah, do you want them now?
Do you want them?
Yeah.
Every time he gets to the bar, the guy's like handing out free cocktails, and Mike goes, "Look over there," and like runs away with a cocktail.
They're free, lad. You fuck off. But so then, when your one was up giving a speech, this this Ware lady who was up there, who has a big pocket. I don't know. I didn't know who she was either. But so she's doing a little interview with some Spotify one, and Spotify one's like, "You guys," she's like, "You've got a legacy podcast," and like, "What's that like?" And everyone in there was just like, "Oh, would you go away?" But then they're like, "Who's your favorite guest?"
What's a legacy podcast?
Basically, you were famous before you had the podcast, like in like traditional media, I think, because she was a big singer and now has a podcast. It's like your like Nick Grimshaw's and Annie Mac's podcast. It's like that's a legacy podcast. They didn't build it through podcasting.
Right, okay.
Peter Crouch.
Which I think even stand-ups, I think we're not legacy podcasts because it was all online still, so it's like fine.
But so then they asked her who her favourite guest was, and she was like, she said someone like Jessie J or someone. Jessie J was great and so fun. And then actually Ed Miliband was really fun. And then Beard just goes, ew.
Yeah, I vote for him. I've heard all I need to hear. He eats like a fuck, and he's got that opinion. Sign me up.
He's a good lad.
Lad, Beard was such a hero. And then I looked back and made eye contact with Beard. And I was like that, and he was kind of like looked at me like that. No. I was like, still. And then I just waffled the ear off him after. How much do you earn a year? Beard.
Did you tell you?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Very good.
And Ben
Very
Foster
good.
there, and Mike's going, "What's Skulls like?"
No, I did. I asked Ben Foster, and I won't tell.
Off pod, Michael said,
I'll tell you his
dickhead footballers are.
Because I was like, again, I was up in his ear. I was up in
Can I
his
just
face.
bleep it? I need to know now, and I'll forget.
Well, no, I am going to tell you at the break. We're just at the break. But I was up in his face to Ben Foster, who only wants to talk. He liked Beard as well. He's like, I'm a big fan. And I was like, shush. I got up in Ben Foster's face. I was like, who was a dickhead in the dressing room? Who is a dickhead? Tell me now. And he's kind of like, he looked at Beard and goes, is he all right? And Beard was like, I don't really know him. And I was like, come on, tell me. Mike and Vittorio's Guide to Parenting.
While wearing a Diary of a CEO.
Diary of a CEO hoodie on. So then he told me who was really sounding, who's a bellend, and I'll tell you at the break. Or we might tell you on Patreon if you sign up, you slugs.
I think we'll do it on Patreon. I don't mind saying on Patreon.
But I can't do that to Ben. He made me like swear on it like an oath.
On a match program.
Yeah. That's right. He did make me do it. Where are we at over there? All right.
Standing up so much that you have 56 minutes.
No,
and we
57,
forgot to
yeah.
do an ad read, so
did we?
we're pretty much wrapping up the public episode.
Okay, great.
Adam Rowe has a special out and it's fucking class.
Unreal.
I do. There's 4 now on YouTube, but the most recent one is called What's Wrong With Me, and it's on the Have a Word Pod YouTube channel, youtube.com/Have a Word Pod. It's the pinned video, so yeah.
They're all fucking great. Imperious, Club Comic, Juicy. And
Rank
What's
them
Wrong
right
With
now,
Me.
rank them.
I don't like Imperious, personally.
Me neither.
I think Club Comic's really good at like 40 minutes of club comedy. Juicy.
I love that because it's not I love specials where it's not their crowd.
Yeah.
And you have to like win them over and you can feel bits of like, oh, they're not quite going with it, but then you win. It's like proper, it's great.
I'm really happy with that. Juicy is probably the best received thing.
Big yes.
Ever done.
Yeah.
And wouldn't
They're all
actually have
class.
been done in the form it was if it wasn't for something you said to me at the Phoenix Club.
What did he say to you?
So I was planning to try. So it was running at about 40 minutes when I was first like working it out, and I was trying to get it down to 20 to do it at the Have a Word Pod Arena show, and I was going to film it there. And I did it Adam Rowe and Friends in London, and Vittorio and Alfie were the 2 friends. And they come backstage afterwards and they both had a different piece of advice each and they both changed it. So first thing Alfie said was that's going to get longer, not shorter. Like there's nothing that you can cut out and there's actually stuff you need to add. And he said you can do that at the arena and in the arena it will work and everyone there will enjoy watching it. But on film, it will look fucking mental if you're telling that story in an arena. He's like, that belongs in like the back room of a pub.
It's been really hard for me, 10,000 people.
It's coked up, bitch. Smelly slow. Get Hutchie on as well.
So, it changed it and we shot it in Glasgow at the Rotunda.
That's fucking Juicy's
brilliantly
unbelievable.
filmed.
And the latest
all that
special
stuff.
is fucking
Go check
unreal.
it out. We don't have fucking anything to plug really other than Patreon. We're both done with our tours.
It's over now. I'm finished. I've quit.
The goose has been cooked. I've got some work in progress in the diary for Jan and Feb, so keep an eye out for those. I'll be posting about them on the internet. But sign up to patreon.com/parenting, where Mike's going to ruin all of his relationships with professional footballers.
No, man, I will not betray Ben Foster under any circumstances. I'd rather die than betray his trust. But I will say exactly what he said on the Patreon. All right. See you, lads. Bye.
Bye.
Nice.